Alright everybody, I wanted to do a separate video on my proportioner build for the AR45 gas roof pump. This is the components, this is kind of the layout we're going for. Again, this is a piece of treated plywood that I had, so it worked, and I looked for PVC board at Home Depot, no luck. Thanks for the subscriber recommending that. It's the same thing I mentioned in the video with Starboard, but anyway. So I'm gonna use this till now, and then if I get a problem, I'll change it. We just got to work with what we got. So all this is just set on here, nothing's bolted. I crafted these brackets, these L brackets, and I put it in one of these bolts. I just took the bolt off, and you can kind of see it here. That's gonna I had to actually cut it. You could see the cut. So I did that, and I got everything pretty much lined out. So let's go ahead and start this build, because this is the next big component that we need to get the project moving forward. We got the AR pump mounted. So first thing I'm gonna do is, let's just take this off. This is the metering valve for the soap. For the chemical. And I'll just take this whole thing off because it's all gonna be true blued. So I want to try to leave it together, just kind of, so I got an idea how I'm putting it together. So we'll put that here. Let me take this off here. Take that off. Take the water off. Take this one off. And it's good to know, lay it out first on your trailer to see if you need a 90 or do you need a straight, or what do you need. So pipe plug, why you got a pipe plug? Well, because I got 4 ports here, right? Water, soap, chem. The reason I got this is I do want to probably add a metering valve in the future for maybe degreaser or all-purpose clean, whatever, it doesn't matter. So, but in the interim, I'm just going to put a pipe plug in it. So I true blue it, put the plug in. We know that's going there. Alright guys, there's the first one. You don't need to see me do all this, so I'm going to go ahead and go through it and get it done. And get back with you in a minute. Alright, peace. Everybody got the proportioner all glued up, ready to roll. And here's what I'm doing is I got a clamp on it. I moved it down. If you can see this, it's about an inch down, so I can put a couple of bolts here to mount it to the tote. So what I'm going to do now, I got to clamp down, kind of measure it out where I want it, just kind of figuring it out, and as what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and drill my 4 holes. And I got these stainless bolts that I'm going to go ahead and mount it with. So we'll be going there. So let's go ahead and do that. 1/4 inch bit. There you go. This is what we'll do. We'll go ahead and mount this bad boy up. Let's get over here. Drop your screws in there, like so. And I have a flat washer for the back. Actually got some for the front too, but I don't know that let's see how that looks. Yeah, I don't like the wash on the front side. And before I screw this down, I'm gonna go on a trailer to make sure that we got enough here to let's see, hold on, get a little hammer, tap that in. Alright guys, got it all mounted, not hard bolted yet. I just want to do a quick visual, just kind of get an idea. That's where I'm thinking about putting it, and it makes sense here because the pump's here. I'm kind of thinking about doing something like that. So the thing I want to do is make sure the back side of them bolts aren't nope, we're golden. That gives me enough room to mount it where I need to mount it up top. I think that's going to look damn good. And I got my bypass running right there to the bypass. It's easy. It's I like it. All right, next steps. This is it kind of laid out. This is mounted, so we're good there. So that's solid. That's not going anywhere. And again, 4 1/4-inch bolts through the manifold. That's all it's going to hold it. That's all it needs to hold it. It's 30. It's not going anywhere. Water, soap, and then bleach. So mounted the box. Just put it in here. I didn't put it together yet. Sorry. So this goes right here. So we would just kind of want to give it a little bit of space. And the only reason I'm saying space, in the event I have to take off this cover, I don't want to have to remove this box. I'll pull this out and kind of wiggle it out. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. So that looks good to me. Got enough wire here to go to the box and get it plumbed, not a problem. And the hose here, just to kind of give you an idea, and kind of bend it up a little bit and kind of make it, there you go, that'll be kind of perfect. Yeah, okay, I like it. So is what I'm gonna do here. I do have some room to drill, so I can drill on the outer ones. Let's go with this drill bit here. Looks good to me. Looks straight. Okay. Hold down. Got a washer and a lock nut. I like to put lock nuts on everything for extra security. Rolling right along here. This is the part I like to do. Get my hands dirty. Again, you build it, goes wrong, you know what's wrong with it. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and tighten this up. And then we'll work on the solenoid mounting. Alright, catch up. Peace. Alright guys, I got the little, this is again the chemical valve that's going to go to the proportioner right here. I'm going to go ahead and mount that, see how it looks. I did heat it up and it worked out good. Just got to put a lot of heat on it, so let's try it again. Throw them high. Make sure you put your hose clamp on your hose first, because if not, you're gonna have to take apart the hose clamp. Yeah, you know, one of the indicators that I kind of get to when this is ready is when you start smelling a little bit of plastic. Kind of like it's melting. You want to try to get it almost there. And wait to put your clamp on it and squeeze it down, because if not, you could puncture the hose because it's so soft. There you go. That's how it's going to look, folks. Kind of let it dry up a little bit, let it cool down. Once it cools down, it'll be alright. It's nice on there. Yeah, it's good. You put your clamp on here. Like that. Call it a wrap. Alright guys, I'm gonna go ahead, and next steps are to figure this out. I had to do this first to kind of see where this was going to lay in, but I think it's going to be right here is going to be kind of perfect, because it won't get in the way of this hose. It's not in the way of this hose. It's not in the way of this hose, because again, a 1/4 inch line here to here, that's it. I mean, essentially you could put it over here if you wanted to, and I may do that. I kind of like that as well. Again, just a 1/4 inch line. I'll screw it here, make it look halfway decent, and yeah, be golden. I just don't want it in the way of anything. That's what I was kind of thinking right here, that it's kind of in the way. And I even thought about doing it like this, putting a 90, but you know, don't overthink it. It's not rocket science, like I always tell you guys. This is just a soap line, so it's all that's going to matter. So we'll put it right here. I'll vote for that. And also, get you some of these PVC cutters if you don't have any. It makes this a breeze. Okay, that looks good. We'll let that cool down before we clamp it down. It looks real good. Kind of like it. Get some good flow here with this 1 inch, baby. All right, let me so I got a template here, so I got to figure out this, right? So I got to screw above and below. So there's one way of doing this, and one way I did it before, get your piece of masking tape. Just kind of put it on there. Get you something like a punch, a small punch or something. Maybe a little bigger punch. And punch some holes in it, and there's your pattern. So if you peel the tape off, you got a bolt pattern right here. So you can kind of put it where you think it, you know, kind of sort of going to go. I think that's us right here. So I kind of put perfect. All right, guys, that's where it's going. Sounds good to me. So we find us a bit to fit. I got all kind of stuff all over. We've been so busy. I got Tony working on a project now, so I'm like, okay, maybe I can get some time in for this, but let's try 5:30 seconds. Also, another thing I like to do is, if you don't know, get your piece of wood, kind of drill you a pilot hole in it and just kind of see, you know. Yeah, see that? That's too small. Let's go to 3/16. And they got multiple sizes in here, so I may get one for the power cable. It's maybe too small. And then one for this cable. But for this cable, this may work perfect. So let's see. Oh yeah, see, that's perfect for that one. So that we could put this one here on this end, and then on this end we could run our power cable. Let's try this one. It's kind of big. Run a solenoid, a power cable. Something like that. Just to kind of give you an example, just tighten it up and see how it works. Fits good, snugs up good. It's got a good seal on it. I mean, doing one wire at a time is good too, because it gets a good seal on it because it's a circle, so I can see a little bit of air in there, so that may be a problem. Just in case. Alright. Well, we're going to go ahead and mess around with this and try to get this fixed up, and then catch up with you in a minute. Alright, peace. Everybody, I got everything mounted. You can see here. Got it mounted. Everything looks good. Looks good to me. So I'm gonna I'm gonna mount this via Velcro in case I ever got to take it out. So basically is what I do is I kind of just line it up like so. Get my scissors. Just cut my slab off. And I had that Velcro when I was building those boxes, so. And then get my alcohol wipe. We'll rub this down. Also rub the inside of the box where I mount it. Okay, that looks good. Clean little shirt, trying to dry it off a little bit. And then, running out of room here. Doesn't matter what side you put where. Peel off my paper. Stick it on the back, like so. If you ever get one of these, hold this end of the antenna. If not, you'll rip the antenna out. So it's kind of like that. And then is what I'll do is I'll take it off of here. Move my wires, position it in this area here as far as I can to the top. Perfect. So it'll go like that. My wires will connect. Put the cover on it. Bada bing, bada boom, we're done. Alright everybody, got it mounted all up to the back of the tote. I really like it. Looking good, looking good. Went ahead and used some stainless 1/4 inch, and I went through the rails here, and I put these that way because they're not hitting anything, and I had to turn these away so it wouldn't hit the tank. And you got to be careful drilling that. I put a piece of metal behind it, sandwiched it, so when I went through that metal, that easy sheet metal, thin metal, that piece of angle iron, it wouldn't let me go any further. So be very careful with that. Yeah, everything's mounted. Nice. Nothing's moving. Love it. Looking good. Now, of course, we know the easy stuff, right? So we can go ahead and do that. What I mean is here goes to the inlet of the pump. This is the bypass. That's very simple. And then water. I'm gonna use this water line. So I'm gonna just come off of here, right here with the water, straight up, easy. So I'm gonna go ahead and get some connections done, and yeah, let's get it together. Looking good, loving it. Yeah, that was Anthony's idea. He said put it on the back. Look, it'll look good. I was like, I don't know, but yeah, it's not hard to reach. Not at all. Set your soaps, set your dial. All right, guys, let me get it wrapped up. Peace. Got, like I said, got all that mounted. Went ahead and drilled my hole for my uniseal. And this is how I'm doing it. I'm putting the uniseal on first. I measured the tank, the depth of the tank. So it's about 37, 38 inches. So I went 36 inches on my hose. And I'm thinking I may want to put a piece of pipe in there to try to keep it straight. I don't know how other guys are doing it. Anybody got any suggestions? That's kind of what I did with something else. Just put a hose clamp at the end. It's just water. It'll last forever. So I'm going to try to find a piece of pipe. If I got one, I'll use it. Just kind of keep that thing straight. I don't want it curling up when I got, 50, 60 gallons of water and it's sucking air. So anyway, this is how I do it. And then I put that in first and I run it back. I run it back here to my water port. And then that's the bleach. I can't do the bleach until the tank's here. So we're getting there, slowly but surely. All right, everybody, this is the wiring for the remote box. I don't have a switch, but I did some research and I see a lot of other people not using switches, so I don't know that a switch is necessary here. So I'm gonna go ahead and rock without it. If I need a switch, I can add one, but it's pretty simple. So you got your solenoid here. You get 2 wires on your solenoid, okay? Which are gonna be these 2. That goes to the output, positive, negative. It doesn't matter how you hook it up. Doesn't matter. The T-jet has 3 wires. Hook your ground, your power to the input, and then the white one to the positive on the output. That's the remote. And then your power wires. So basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get my power wires from the battery, red and black, connect these 2 in a connector, and then connect the red to that one, put it on the positive, and that's that. Very simple to do. It's not rocket science. And if you want to add a strobe light, you just put it on the output. So anytime you click it on, it powers that output and it turns on a strobe light. Me, I can't see a strobe light half the time, so it's not, I mean, I may have to put one up here or something, you know, in a corner, run me a long wire, put it up top on a corner or something, but I decided, look, I know when soap's on and when soap's off. So anyway, I just wanted to, I'm gonna go ahead and wire this up. I got me some connectors here. We'll go ahead and wire it up and see if we can get some action. The only thing we got to do is the bleach line. I ran the water line in a tank, put a piece of pipe on it, about a 2-foot pipe over the hose with a clamp on the end. That way it keeps it straight and at the bottom. The only thing I wish I would have done, I don't know if you've seen those filters. They sell them at pressure washer products. It's a slotted filter. I wish I would have got those with a barb and just stuck it in the end after the pipe. That would have been very nice to do, but I didn't do it. So we do have a filter on the inlet, so any water it sucks here is going to be filtered, but when you rinsing out your valve, that's not filtered, so it potentially can get some contamination in there. So we'll see. I don't know that there's much in this tank, and I may do a rinse out on the tank, but anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and wire this up and get it done so I can wrap it up for the day. I'm not doing the bleach tank today. I just don't have time. We're supposed to rain today, and that's the only reason I'm out here, because otherwise we'll be working. So, but I'm ready to get it. Got oil, got it wired up. Everything's ready to go except for this and the bleach tank. Once we get that, we're going to start it up. I may start it up without the bleach tank just to see if I can get water, any leaks or anything. All right, guys, catch up. Peace. Everybody, got everything wired, as you can tell here. Very simple, not hard to do. We got the remote. It's going to stick to this so we don't get them confused, but we want bleach on. Hit the on button. Bleach off button. It's got the 3-way, so it's going to suck water when it's off to rinse out the metering valve and the system and continue to get a good flow. All good. I also put a key restraint on here as well, so we don't lose a key. Got oil in it, ran the battery cables. That's all done. Everything's lined up. The only thing we got is the bleach tank, so we'll get that here in a second, or not in a second. I gotta go, so I'm wrapping this up, but I'm gonna go ahead and cover the box up and get it rolling, and we'll be done. All right, catch up. Peace.